5 tips to improve your soloing. Number 1, don't start on the beat of 1. And when I say don't start on the beat of 1, I mean don't always start on the beat of 1. Understand that the beat of 1 is at best a quarter of the bar, a 4/4 bar at that, okay? But if you start going into the and beats and the E and the beats, so the quavers and the semi-quavers, understand that the beat of 1 is an 1/8 or even a 1/16 of the bar. So try taking something that you're familiar with, try taking a lick or a phrase that you like to play, that you usually start playing on the beat of 1, and try playing it on a different beat. Just see what happens. Try the beat of 3 or the and of 4. That's a tricky beat, the and of 4. Okay, tip number 2, try ending on the beat of 1. So the beat of 1 is like the home beat. It's a nice safe beat. It's a comfortable beat. And what it will do is it will give what you play more structure, and it will make you sound like you know what you're doing. And that's quite an important thing to do. And if you want to be really cool, tip 2.5, try ending on the beat of 1 on not necessarily a root note of the chord, but a note that makes it feel like what you played revolves around the chord. If you're not sure what I mean by that, just end on the root note. Tip number 3, chromatic notes. So either side of the diatonic notes, or the notes that exist within the key that you're playing, are the chromatic notes, the notes that fall outside of that. These notes that typically sound less than attractive, but it's because they sound a bit fruity that they make the notes that you are allowed to use that much more interesting. So the most basic example of this, and one that most guitarists are familiar with from pretty early on, is this flat 5 from the blues scale being. You use it a lot, and you may think it's really easy to use, but that's because you're familiar with it. There are loads of other ones that you can use. It's not just... So you can take simple ideas like... And you can make it more spicy by... And it just adds a level of colour. Tip number 4, techniques. So hammer-ons, pull-offs, bends, slides, vibrato, finger tapping, sweep picking. You might be able to do all of those things at 1,000 notes a second, but the problem is no one cares. If it doesn't sound good, don't do it. Don't make the melody fit the technique, make the technique fit the melody. Right? I mean, I love finger tapping. It will always be something that I love. I love all that legato finger tapping. You know. But no one cares that I can do that.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because...
Which is why I don't tend to find myself doing that much when I solo anymore. When I learned it, I was obsessed with it. But in order to make better solos and make better melodies, you need to use them sparingly. You need to use them when they're appropriate. And tip number 5, play less. That doesn't mean play nothing. That doesn't mean that less is always more. It means that less can be more. So when you talk to people, there are natural pauses. If you just carried on talking to somebody and you never took a breath and you never paused to let people think about what you're saying, and you just carried on going on and on and on and on and on, and it can be difficult to listen to. And the same thing with melodies. If you're playing a melody, it's good to take a break. So for example, and by the way, every single time that I try and record this, there's a car going past. So this is maybe the 20th attempt at recording this bit, and there's a car going past every time. So I've kind of given up. There's gonna be a car going by, probably in the middle of me playing this. I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. If I could, I would. So, enough. So here we go. Two, three, four. Well, it's my YouTube channel. I can do that if I want. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.